I'll let him talk.
Manufacturing in this country is horrible. We have
I'm not horrible. You sure did.
Biden doesn't go after people because supposedly China paid him millions of dollars. He's afraid to do it. Between him and his son, they get all this money from Ukraine. They get all this money from all of these different countries. And then you wonder, why is he so loyal to this one, that one, Ukraine, China? Why is he? Why did he get $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife? Why did he get? Why did she pay him $3.5 million? This is a crooked administration, and they're selling our country down the tubes.
Remember they are.
Thank you.
Tonight, the time has come for closing statements, and Vice President Harris will begin.
Fuck her.
So I think you've heard tonight
Fucking
two
lion-ass
very
cunt. She ain't
different
even black.
visions for our country. One that is focused on the future, and the other that is focused on the past, and an attempt to take us backward.
Oh, shut up, bitch.
But we're not going back.
You're taking
And
us
I do
backwards.
believe
You're letting people
that the
invade our
American
country,
people know We
bitch.
all have so much more in common than what separates us, and we can chart.
Nah, I got
a new
nothing in common
way
with
forward.
you, bitch.
And a vision of that includes having a plan.
You don't have
Understanding
no
the
plans. You're
aspirations,
talking
the
riddles
dreams,
where you don't
the
say
hopes,
shit.
The ambition of the American people, which is why I intend to
Yeah, our
create
vision's to want to get
an
you out of
opportunity
office
economy,
before you ruin this
investing in
country
small
worse.
businesses, in new families, in what we can do around protecting seniors, what we can do that is about giving hardworking folks a break and bringing down the cost of living.
Should we go ask
I
the migrants
believe
if they
in
voted?
what we can do together. That is about sustaining America's standing in the world and ensuring that we have the respect that we so rightly deserve, including respecting our military and ensuring we have the most lethal fighting force in the world. I will be a president that will protect our fundamental rights and freedoms, including the right of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do. I'll tell you,
If you vote for Camilla, you're voting for a moron.
I was an attorney general, a United States senator, and now vice president. I've only had one client, the people. And I'll tell you, as a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness.
You're right, you just put everybody in jail when you were a prosecutor,
Ever
bitch.
asked them, are you okay?
No, you didn't.
And
Stop
that's the kind of
lying.
president we need right now. Someone
No,
who
we don't
cares
need a
about
snake-ass
you and is
bitch
not
like you
putting
as
themselves
president.
First. I intend to be a president for all Americans.
No, you're not.
And
You
focus
intend to be a
on what we
president
can
for all
do
the
over next
immigrants that
10
just came
and
here,
20
bitch. Stop
years
lying.
To build back up our country by investing right now in you, the American people.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump.
Bitch, stop lying.
So if you just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things, why hasn't she done it? She's been there
Exactly.
for 3.5
Why
years.
hasn't she done
They've
it
had
already?
3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it? She should leave right
Trump.
now, go down to that beautiful White House, go to the Capitol, get everyone together and do the things you want to do, but you haven't done it, and you
Trump,
won't
she
do it
should.
because you believe in things that American people don't believe in.
My
You
mama.
believe in things like we're not going to frack, we're not going to take fossil fuel. We're
Right,
not
but
gonna
she
do
just said we
things
started
that
drilling
are
more
going to
oil.
make
She's a
this
lion-ass
country strong,
bitch.
whether you like
Trump
it or
2024.
not. Germany tried that, and within 1 year they were back building normal energy plants. We're not ready for it. We can't sacrifice our country for the sake of bad vision. But I just ask one simple question. Why didn't she do it? We're
Right,
a
why?
failing nation. We're a nation that's in serious decline. We're being laughed at all
Yep,
over the world.
he's
All
right.
over the world they laugh. I know the leaders very well. They're coming to see me. They call
He does.
me. We're laughed at all over the world. They don't understand what happened to us as a nation. We're not
Yeah,
a
we're a
leader.
laughing
We
stock.
don't have any idea what's going on. We have wars going on in the Middle
That
East.
Joe
We have
Biden
wars
started.
going on with Russia and Ukraine. We're going to end up in a third world war, and it'll be a war
And
like
it'll be
no other
because Trump
of
and
nuclear
Camilla.
weapons, the power of weaponry. I rebuilt our entire military. She gave a lot of it away.
She gave it away
Taliban.
to fucking the
She gave it to
Taliban.
Afghanistan. What these people have done to our country, and maybe
It's
first of all is
disgusting.
allowing millions of people to come into our country. Many of them are criminals, and they're destroying our country. The worst president, the worst vice president in the history.
Should we go ask
of our
migrants who they
country.
voted for? I think we will.
Kamala Harris.
Shut up, bitch.
Thank you.
Bitch Harris, you
Welcome to you
mean?
both. It's wonderful to have you. It's an honor to have you both here tonight.
Good evening. We are looking forward to a spirited and thoughtful debate.
So let's get started. I want to begin tonight with the issue that voters repeatedly say is their number one issue, and that is the economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here tonight.
She wasn't.
often
Kamala
asks
Harris
its
wasn't elected.
supporters,
She got
are you
put
better
there.
off than you were 4 years ago?
No,
it comes
we're
to the
not.
economy,
Nobody's
do
better
you believe
off.
Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
We're all broke.
So
More broke than we were
I was
before the bitch
raised
took
as a middle-class
office.
kid. And I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about
No, you
lifting up the
don't.
middle
This is
class
what
and
I
working
think.
people
You got
of
no
America.
plans. You're talking
I
rhymes.
believe
Let's listen
in
to
the
her rhymes.
ambitions, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing. And the cost
Yeah, because of
housing
you,
is too
bitch.
expensive for far too many people. We know that young families need support to raise their children, and I
you're not
intend
giving
on
it.
extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car
Buy a
seat,
crib? What is
clothes
she,
for
in the
their
hood?
children.
Go buy a crib,
My
yo.
passion,
She talking
one
like
of
she's
them
in the
is
hood, now
small
she's pretending to be
businesses. I was
black.
actually, my mother
Go buy
raised
your
my
crib,
sister
yo.
and me, but
Get
there
that
was
crib,
a woman
yo.
who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to give a $50,000 tax deduction to startup small
Bullshit.
businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which
Make
is to provide
America
a tax
great.
cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 billion to America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump sales tax, which would be a 20% tax on everyday goods that you rely on.
Yeah,
to
right. You
get
just
through
made
the
our
month.
groceries more expensive, bitch,
Economists
and
have
our
said
gas.
that Trump sales tax would actually result for middle-class families in about $4,000 more a year because of his
stop your
policies
lies,
and his
bitch.
ideas about what should be the backs of middle-class people paying for tax cuts for billionaires.
President Trump, will give you 2 minutes.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows
On
that.
my mama, he's
We're
right.
doing tariff for other countries. Other countries
And we
are
should
going
be
to finally,
tear-upping
after
other countries.
75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because there was so much money they can't. They would totally destroy everything that they've set out to do. They're taking in billions of dollars from China and other places. They've left the tariffs on. When I had it, I had tariffs, and yet I had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation has, which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60,
Trump
70,
2024.
80%
Go
higher
vote.
than they were just a few
You're
years
almost out
ago.
of time.
This has been a disaster for people,
It sure
for the middle
has.
class, but for every class. On top of that, we have millions of people pouring into our country from
Mama,
prisons
we
and
do,
jails,
and I
from
got it
mental
recorded.
institutions and insane asylums, and they're coming in and they're taking jobs that are occupied
sure
right
are.
now by
I'll go show you in a
African-Americans
few
and
minutes.
Hispanics, and also unions. Unions are going to be affected very soon. And you see what's happening. You see what's happening with towns throughout the United States. You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora in Colorado. They are taking over the
Facts.
towns. They're taking over buildings. They're going
They're
in
doing it in
violently.
Chicago,
These are
too.
the people that she and Biden led into our country, and they're destroying
They
our
sure
country.
did.
They're dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality, and we have
Tell
to get
them,
them out.
Trump.
We have to get them out fast. I created one of the greatest economies in the history
these
of our
comments.
country. I'll do it again and even better.
We are going to get to immigration and border
Hey,
security
Jay,
during
who's
this
winning?
debate,
I don't
but
know yet. Trump
I would
should
like
be
to let
winning.
Vice President Harris respond on the economy here.
I like your
Well, I
car
would love
wants
to.
to
Let's
put your...
talk about what Donald Trump left us.
My
Donald
door's
left
open.
us the worst unemployment since the Great
No, he
Depression.
didn't, you dumb bitch. You
Donald
gave us the
Trump
worst
left us
unemployment.
the worst public health epidemic in a century.
That wasn't his fault.
Donald
COVID.
Trump
That's
left
China,
us
bitch.
the worst attack on our democracy.
No, you
since
you
the
attacked our
Civil War.
democracy,
And
bitch.
what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we have done and what I intend to do
all
is
you guys
build
did was
on
make a
what we
mess and
know
let
are the
billions of people who
aspirations and the
shouldn't be
hopes of the
coming
American
into our
people. But I'm
country,
gonna
into
tell you,
our
on this
country,
debate
bitch.
tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook. A bunch of lies, grievances,
And we're going to hear
name
from you a
calling.
bunch of
What you're
rhymes.
going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again. I believe very strongly that the American people want a president who understands the importance of bringing us together, knowing we have so much more in common than what separates us.
I have got nothing in
And I
common
pledge
with you,
to
bitch.
to be a president.
We'll be right back. I got to pause this.
45. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas. I guess some good, some bad, but it makes no administration. We are going to take in billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars. I had no inflation, virtually no inflation.
True
They
that.
had the highest inflation perhaps in the history of our country, because I've never seen a worse period of
For
time.
real.
People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else. The people of our country
This video
are
was supposed to end.
absolutely dying with what they've done. They've destroyed the economy. And